Welcome to All About the Joy. We got Rick, of course, in the house as always. We got Tony D and one of our new favorite people, Tommy. But Tommy, why did your camera just change? Now we looking up at you.
I had to move it because my other device. Tony said about charging it, so I'm like, you know what? Let me double check and make sure that this is charged. So I wanted to plug it in and charge it. Is it okay? Can you
Yeah,
still
no,
see me
it's
though?
fine. It just looks
Okay.
like we're looking up at you like this now.
Yeah. Sorry. Just don't look up my nose.
Yeah, okay. Well,
it's
I
kinda
can
hard,
only
but-
edit so much, so I'm just saying. So this is the first time Tony D and Tommy Lee are on the show together. So we've already did little introductions in the green room, and they already hate each other. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But Tommy, I have to tell you something that happened the other day. So I never name drop with my clients. So my clients don't know each other. A couple of them have bumped into each other and they know that I work for them, but it's kind of like I really do a good job of never talking to my clients about other people. So the other day I was talking to one of my clients and I was just like, yeah, Tommy Lee. And it was so great to touch base with him again. And she was like, oh my God, that's the first time you ever name dropped. Oh my God. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, because I'm, in my head, I'm like, name dropped.
Yep.
It was really funny. I was like,
That's
yeah,
funny.
no, it's not that Tommy Lee. But she doesn't believe me. She thinks I'm covering. So she thinks Tommy Lee is actually my client. So we're just going to go with that, I guess. It's all good.
But this was the
whatever
original.
works.
He was here first. This is the original.
That's right.
Are you sure about that? Because I looked up.
Yes. Believe me,
You
I
are.
did my research. He's like
Okay.
2
I'm
years
sure.
younger than me.
All right. So the first thing I wanted to ask Tony, because he celebrated his birthday on Thanksgiving. Happy belated. How was your
Belated
birthday?
Thank you. It was excellent. Went to see my mom, went to see my sister, my brother-in-law, my nephew, and my niece. Hung out with them for the weekend. Much needed. They pretty much made me come up there. They told me I need to get up out of here and just take a break from everything I've been going through this year.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for that. Definitely grateful for family. Excuse me, we ate like crazy.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was cool. I needed that.
You had some cool Facebook posts too.
Yeah.
So is it weird? I mean, because this has happened more than once that your birthday lands on Thanksgiving.
That's the day I was born.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Right.
wow.
So yeah.
So it's special to my mom, and I've been told by my grandmother and one of my aunts that I'm the guy that interrupted Thanksgiving dinner.
Wait, I missed that. Say that again.
I interrupted Thanksgiving
Oh,
dinner.
That's kind of mean in a way, but you were a blessing, and they were grateful for you. Yes, right.
So I got turkeys back for the rest of my life.
Oh man!
And Mom was thankful that she finally got to pop you out. Thank you. Come out.
I believe it.
I think of all the holidays, if I had to be born on one, it would be Thanksgiving. That's a good one. That's a good
question, actually.
No, Joel's. So Joel's birthday, Joel was on the show, is on July 4th, which I think might be another cool one as well. Just because, as a kid, you would think everyone's celebrating your birthday or whatever.
Right.
I have a sister.
Joel, do I know Joel?
No.
Oh, okay. I was thinking Joel Dubé.
No.
Joel, all the fireworks would cover
Joel
the
Lava.
mom.
Well, I just found out yesterday.
Wait. Can't talk over each other because I am not that good at editing.
Sorry. Go ahead, Rick.
Go ahead, Rick.
I said another good reason for 4th of July is the fireworks might cover up the mom screaming.
That's true. That's a good one. What were you saying, Tommy?
I found out that we might be putting Christmas Day on hold because my nephew and his girlfriend, she's due around that time.
Oh.
So if she goes early, we're not having Christmas.
See, I would think that's a terrible day to have a birthday, Christmas Day.
That's what
I would
I've
think
heard.
that would be horrible, but
That's what I've heard too.
I've known Christmas babies, and I got a sister. She was born on 4th of July. So yeah.
Her and Joel Lava, yeah. Do I know Joel Dubé? We'll have to talk about that later, Tommy, because I know the name. I just don't remember, I think.
He's now the president of NESBA, which there's no more Eastern Mass, so he's
Yeah, all
Yes,
right. Okay, we're gonna go into the okay.
that's
Yeah,
another
okay.
story for
Other
another day.
people, other people. Okay,
Moving
so how
forward,
was everyone's Thanksgiving? Tommy, Lee, how was your Thanksgiving?
it was great. It was really,
Really?
yeah, really, really was. You know, I was looking at the weather and I was like, oh, it might rain and snow up in New Hampshire and sleet. And then I got to drive home at night. And I don't like driving at night. And I had to
Mm.
take my oldest brother with me and drive 30 minutes out of my way to get him. But we timed it perfectly. The food was amazing, as always. My niece is a great cook. Um,
Cool.
just sitting around and laughing and with good food and old stories of back in the day and just
Awesome.
fun. It was just fun. It
It
was
was
quiet.
fun.
There weren't For once there was not 30 people. It was a small
Yeah,
group.
that's always good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it was nice.
That's awesome. Rick, how was yours?
Well,
Okay.
we were supposed to go to my son's mom's house, but let's just say it didn't happen. So
Okay. We can just leave it at that if you want. That's okay.
sure. He did come over at night with food though, so I was grateful. So and it was good. So
All right. I'm gonna
yeah,
have to get that backstory later. That's all I'm saying. I
there's
don't
not
know.
much to it.
I know. I had a great Thanksgiving. I ended up doing some volunteer work, which is what I kind of always do on Thanksgiving. And I had just been back home because I had to go to that funeral. I was done with traveling. But I had a lovely Thanksgiving as well. It probably is one of my favorite holidays, I think, out of all of them. I think it's the easiest one. And then, of course, my birthday, which is the most important, but that's coming up in January. Just letting
Yes,
everyone.
January babies. Whoop.
Yeah, because woohoo! All right, so that's so funny. All right, I wanted to know if you guys had any good or bad things you wanted to share that has happened in the past week or so. Any news? Anything good, bad?
Um,
Go ahead, Tommy.
I have good news, as you know already.
Yes, and that it's kind of one of the reasons why I put it in. I was going to force you to say anything, but
So I got a job offer.
Awesome.
wait, you have to tell everyone that you were looking for work for a while, right?
Almost a year, since January.
Yeah.
And at my age and where I am in my career, I have the right to be picky. I
Yeah,
deserve,
of
I deserve
course.
to be paid my worth, and I'm not. But at the same time, I understand where the economy is and where we are right now, so I'm flexible.
Right.
So, but there's certain criterias that just have to be. Like, I will not drive an hour and a half into the city anymore, and an hour and a half home anymore.
I don't think I've ever done that in my entire life, but
because you lived in the city. I live in the suburbs.
oh, that's right. That's
So,
right.
you know,
That's right. That's right. Sorry. Sorry.
that's
But
like
also,
4 hours
but
out of
also
my.
here
It's
in
4 hours out
LA,
of my day.
I live where I work. So I also don't drive a lot anyways,
Yeah.
which
So
is
it's
unheard of.
close to home. It's 20 minutes out. It's a contract position covering for the HR manager who's going out on maternity leave.
Yeah.
But it does have the potential to go permanent. So
Congratulations. I'm so happy for you.
So
I
all
really
you had to
am.
do was go on All About the Joy, and boom, you got a job.
You see what happened? It just happened. Just like the good
Yep.
energy. The good energy just throws it out there. Yeah, that's what it was. I'm sure
Yep.
of it. I'm sure of it. Rick, what about you?
Well, you said good or bad. So
Yeah.
remember how I've been a little bit whining about my job because I'm like, I don't know what's going on, who's where, what's
Yep.
where. Well, now I know kind of what happened. So the main building that they wanted did not get constructed properly. So I was like, oh, you're kidding me. So what's going to happen? When's everything going to be normal? And they said, maybe April. I was like, April?
Oh
I,
my
I got to
God.
deal with this till April?
Oh
So, oh
no.
well, it is what it is.
But it doesn't mess with you money wise or income wise. It's just a pain
No,
in the ass.
it's
That's
a
all.
pain. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you teleworked for the most part.
No, I
So
work from home, but they just moved from where they were in one city to another city to two different buildings. One was
Right.
supposed to be temporary and one the permanent. Well, the permanent one, it was not up to code, and now they got to redo stuff, and
Oh,
they don't
wow.
even have electricity there. He got to bring a generator. I'm like, what is happening? So yeah, it's craziness right now.
It's
But
just cumbersome for you, though.
yeah, because I literally don't know who's where, what's where. Like if somebody orders something,
Right.
oh yeah, we probably have it. Let me call. I don't know where it is. It's just annoying.
Isn't
Wow.
that pretty much an OSHA violation?
What is?
What is?
The building, and then you have to bring your own like heater or ventilation or whatever.
I don't know.
I don't know. Tommy? I don't know. Tommy knows all about this stuff. Look.
What is he talking about?
I don't know. I'm going to have to agree. I mean, you would have to be up to code with OSHA and, all those violations. And you can't have people working in a building that doesn't have heat or electricity.
Yeah, it's literally just my boss. He's the only one that goes there.
Yeah, he owns a company, so
Oh,
whatever. Tony, I know you texting or doing other things or
No,
whatever.
I am responding. I was clearing my bills out. Sorry, I got to pay my bills.
Hmm.
You don't have to be on the show, baby.
I got to be on all my shows.
He has to be on all the shows, so he's
got to be
doing
on all
his
my
shows.
shows.
He's a busy man tonight.
Jeez.
Actually, I enjoy this. I really do. And
I know you do because you always on the shows.
Oh, if people ask me to be there, and it's not that there's times when I can't be. I'll give it this past weekend more than anything. I give it when I'm at work. But if I've got free time, I try to be there. I try to support everybody. I really do. So I
Okay,
enjoy
we're not going to talk about that at all. Look at Tommy don't know you, so he's like, "Oh, that is so
Did you
nice."
see the smile on
It's
his
not
face when
Tommy.
I
It's
said what I
not.
said? Did you see
He
the
spreads
appreciation?
himself. He spreads himself too thin.
There you
Then
go.
he gets upset with everybody, but he don't get upset because he's not that kind of guy. But down deep inside, he is. You know what I mean? Like, it's a weird thing. He's just crazy. We love him, but he loco.
Hey Rick, write that down. Carmen says she loves me.
No, oh my God, yeah, don't actually.
It's on video.
I
It's
was just
video
gonna
now,
say that,
so
Rick.
there you go. Lord. So Tony, any good or bad news this week? I mean, you had a birthday, so it couldn't have been like super bad.
I have to tell you that this past month is
Good
for a lot of things that need to be done and things to
Yay.
be cleared up, over with, resolved.
Hmm.
It was a lot, and Rick knows a lot of what I've been going through for the past couple of years and what I've had to get done in between the move, getting adjusted.
Wait a minute. I'm jealous. Wait, what? Why does Rick know something I don't know?
Because Rick been talking to me for the past couple of years. He know what I've been going through.
Oh, well, that's so weird because Rick be talking to me and he didn't tell me nothing about you. So
Because he's gonna be telling my business.
oh, okay. I see how this is.
That's
Rick,
a compliment.
you know who's gonna get in trouble right now, right? It's gonna be Rick.
No, you know about me having to move and everything. So that was the biggest
Yeah.
thing. I was fighting that move. And he knew how hard I was trying to go through that. But I got through the move. I got things cleared up.
Well, let's give Tommy a little information. You just finished a divorce and you had to move out of your home or something, right?
Yeah, it was a fight I lost. Just being
Right.
honest about it. It was a fight that I lost. So I had to move, and it was moving, adjusting. I had to travel out of town for a convention, come back and work, then go back out of town for my birthday, then come back and work. So it's been a lot. It's been very busy. It's been a progressive month. I will say progressive more than anything. Not a
Right.
struggle, but for some people who can't make it and for others who have make it, excuse me, I try to get both sides of the story. You're either going to inspire or you're going to enforce something that somebody else went through when you tell a lot of your own testimonies. And I enjoy that. People have to learn how to get something out of being around people or give a message that's going to inspire instead of being so negative on social media. I'm so sick of these negative folks up here. It's ridiculous.
That's for real.
For real.
That's for real. That's
Yeah.
for real. That's true.
And that's what I try to push more than anything.
But I don't even think it's just social media. I mean, I know you spend a lot of time on social media, but this is one of the things that happened to me this week. I'm just tired of negativity in general. Like, I have no tolerance anymore. Like, people coming up with excuses at work for why they didn't do something they're supposed to do all the time. Like we have to have reports ready for our clients, right? It's part of what we do. So like not having that regular report at the meeting on a Wednesday that we've been doing for 5 years, you know what I mean?
That's different.
Yeah.
And then the excuse is not, you know what, I'm sorry, I messed up. It's, well, Sheila didn't call Susan, and then Susan told me, and I thought that, I have no patience anymore. And I don't even think that's about getting older. I'm just done with people being irresponsible, negative,
Mhm.
people who push other people down to lift themselves up. I am
Yes.
so over you. I
I'm
am
very cool with that.
over
I'm very cool
you.
with that. That's
Yeah.
your soundbite. That's your clip. I want that out there. People who have to push other people down to get themselves up, you suck. I'm calling you out. I've been like this for decades, right? Y'all are the weakest motherfuckers walking God's green earth. And I said it just like that on purpose.
It's
If you have to
true.
bring somebody down to put yourself up, you're the weak one. We ought to crab in a barrel your ass to the bottom. I said,
Damn. Okay, that will be a clip as well.
I got plenty. You know, I
2021.
keep plenty.
Yeah, no. Look, but I think it says something about the society we're in right now. So right now, what's happening? It's 6:15 here on the West Coast, and we don't really talk about politics here. But right now, DeSantis and Gavin Newsom are on Fox News having a quote unquote debate.
Let me
And
go get my remote.
well, let's not watch it now. You can watch it now.
Yeah.
You didn't even know it was
I want
out.
to
Watch
be
it one-
on the same wavelength of what you're bringing to the table.
Watch it on Ted's show.
Yeah, watch it on Ted's show. Well, it probably will be over by then. Oh, it's supposed to be 90 minutes. It's supposed to be 90
I'm pretty
minutes.
sure you can YouTube it or find it somewhere online.
If
Yeah,
I
no,
want
I mean, Tony, you do what you got to do, but I don't want to hear it in the background. The reason why I bring it up is because I know that a lot of people are like all gunning to watch this rivalry fight thingamajiggy between Florida and California, and I'm so over it.
I have not heard that aspect of it. I have not heard that.
What do you mean? What
The
aspect
Florida,
of it?
California thing. I have not heard that aspect of it.
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, that's why they're having this debate, right? It's because they've been both like, sorry, I'm going to say it this way, whose penis is bigger, right? Whose dick is bigger is basically. And look, I love Gavin Newsom. Don't get me wrong. I live in California for a reason, and I voted for him, and I love him. But even I'm like disgusted that this is even happening because it's not necessary. You know what I mean? For me, it's just, but it's going back to that negativity. It's like we're all harnessing. I mean, even like, because you're putting it on, because we all like the car accident. We pretend that we don't, but we all gravitate towards negativity. And I don't know why.
I'm going to give you the truth. I really didn't give a damn yet about a lot of these politicians campaigning for the presidency. I think it's too early, and I'm not too comfortable with any of the candidates. I'm really not.
Yeah, we're not talking about politics here, but thank you for sharing.
No,
I'm just saying, going back to negativity, right?
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
if you want to go to the
You were
negative
saying about the
aspect,
internet. I'm saying it's everywhere, is
and
my
I want to
point.
contribute to that if you don't mind. I've been saying for years, disrespect is taking over society worse than politics, and negativity is one of the biggest aspects of it. People are very negative and disrespectful in today's society. They've been that way before the pandemic. They've been worse after. What happens
Well,
is
what do you mean by disrespect? Can you hone in on like an example?
people have no respect for anything or anybody. It's terrible out here. There is, yes, sir.
I have to agree with you, and I'm gonna put it in the terms that I use, and I actually, Carmen, I learned this from Jerry. I think, especially after what you just said, after COVID, everybody is me, I.
Yes.
It's all about me. And
No regards for anything else or anything anybody
Exactly.
else has except for themselves.
Right.
100%.
And I think it's gotten worse after COVID.
Yes.
It's interesting that this came up. I was watching Gary Vee on Twitch, and one of the things they were saying was that in our generation, it used to be the elders were the respected ones, and the kids were like, "Psh, what do you know?" Now it's flipped. If you're not young and hip and hot, you're nothing. And the old people, "Psh, what do you know?" It's reversed. And he goes, "That's messed up."
It's true. That's very true.
But I'm gonna put a little twist in this. Like, as much as I agree with what you're saying, Rick, our generation is the one that's raising these kids. Like I've had this argument before with parents. I'm not a parent, but that's why I can see so clearly. That's how I'm gonna say it. Like, people are upset with this other generation, but you motherfucking raised them. You know what I mean? Like, you taught them. You gave them an iPhone when they were 4 so that they could be babysat, and then you're mad at them because that's all they do.
Hey, Cynthia.
Hey, Cynthia, how you doing? She's like, sorry, I'm late. It's okay.
That was actually part of it too. He was saying it was because of the technology, and not because the old people don't understand how to use the technology, so they feel left out, and the young people are like, you don't know how to do this, so making them look like they're stupid.
I don't
And
even know if that's true. That's an extreme because we're not even talking about old people. We're talking about us and millennials versus and Gen Z, right? I mean, all of us know how to use technology.
Mhm.
I mean, I know what you're saying, Rick, but I also think that's a cop out. It's not about technology. The whole great thing about the human race is that we're always progressing forward and moving faster, right? We had color TV when I was growing up, as opposed to radio from back in the day or whatever, right? I mean, I'm just saying. So I refuse to use technology as a reason why people are disrespectful or negative. I actually think a part of it, this is just my little opinion, is it goes back to what Tommy was saying, this me thing.
Mhm.
We really have like, what's that thing? Is it called pendulum? Not pendulum, but we've swung one way to the other.
Scales.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
scales, or maybe it is pendulum. I don't know. When you go from one end to
Pendulum
the
is
so
swinging.
okay, so pendulum, right? So I remember back in the day when I was younger, it was really all about like, I'm of service. I'm in the way. I'm a kid. I need to be quiet. I need to really do my work really, really hard and try hard because I need to please other people. And then we're all like, no, we need to have self-care. We need to take care of ourselves. We need to, and I'm all good for that. But the pendulum has swung the other way where it's all about me. We have to get to a middle place where you can both be humble and be of service and take care of other people and love other people and consider other people, be considerate, but also take care of yourself and understand that you are worthy and
I
that
agree.
you matter and that you should
Alexa,
have self-care.
Fine
I
for two.
agree. I agree.
Who
You
did
gotta be
you
able
just
to take
talk
care of
to?
yourself. You gotta take care of yourself before you can take care of anybody else.
Wait,
When
who did Tommy just talk to?
I I I was listening to you, and I have Alexa playing in the background, and I thought she was a little too loud, so I didn't want her to overtake what anybody was saying.
I was
So,
like, introduce, honey, introduce. We need to see
so
who
I
the
thought I
person
asked her if she would
is.
just lower it, Uno Poco Poco.
I thought it was the dog.
I thought it was the dog too. That's what I
Oh
was
no,
waiting
he
for.
already went to bed. Oh my god, he's so funny. He looked at me, he's like, yeah, Dada, it's 8 o'clock. Let's go. And he stopped and he looked at me and he was like, fine. And he went and he curled up in the bed.
He's like, I'm done. I'm
That's a
out.
good dog. That's a
Yeah.
good dog.
He is a good dog.
I'm actually more upset. I mean, it's kind of the same thing. I have no more patience for negativity, but it's also the lack of consideration of other people. I don't, the way in which, and I'll say this till I'm blue in the face. I am so disgusted by, don't get upset, Tommy, but I'm done with pet parents and pet parents who then look at other people, other human beings like crap, like homeless people. Like I literally watch every day when I'm here in California, I watch people, they have their dogs with their outfits on or they're in the carriage or whatever, and they walk by a homeless person who is minding their own damn business, just trying to whatever, exist. And just the nastiness, you can feel the energy. I'm over it.
It's kind of
You-
like that's kind of how I feel about soccer moms. With
Do
their
they even exist anymore? Is that just
oh, believe me, they're out there. With their baseball caps and the ponytail through the back, and they got their jogging suit on, their pink jogging suit, and drinking their latte.
it's not a latte? It's usually in a thing, and it's all like
Yeah, we all know what it is. It's not a latte.
The cappuccino.
right. Yeah, it's a cappuccino.
There's a little extra.
From Starbucks. Oh, that's
Wait, so are soccer moms now Karens? Is that what they are?
Yes.
Some are, yes. Some of them are, yes.
And that's a good point that you just brought up. See how things evolve, how things change.
Oh, from soccer moms.
Soccer moms are now right. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the Karen thing is people, they want to talk to your manager and they just don't have any patience or whatever. But isn't being a soccer mom a negative thing, or is it not? Because I don't know what a soccer mom is.
Originally, no.
Okay.
They're the stay-at-home moms doing everything with the kids, and the father's always busy working.
Correct.
Originally.
Okay, and then it evolved into something else.
It evolved into some of these women looking to live their life and I want to say as a dependent of their spouse, which is cool because you're doing something with the kids, but some of them want to be drama, gossiping.
Hmm.
It pretty much winds up to they're bored and they need something to do. That's why they start doing the Karen crap.
Right. Cynthia just said Starbucks with Baileys. Hey, whatever works, baby. No, but I hear you.
So they all drinking White Russians.
I mean, let's face
Right.
it. If we could all stay home and be independently wealthy, I'm pretty sure we'd all do it, wouldn't we?
Yes, those of us that have worked, absolutely.
You know?
Okay, here's what I'll say. I feel like just because I know so many ridiculously wealthy people, that is an actual recipe for disaster, because at some point you get bored, you have nothing to do, and then you start nitpicking over the stupidest thing. So you have to find something to do with your life. That's why I tell people it's not about money. I know so many rich people. I have never in all my life, and I've been here now 30 years. This August, I'll be here 30 years. And I've worked for so old oil money, self-made millionaires who have nothing to do with the industry, Hollywood celebrities who had nothing or whatever, or are Nepo children or whatever you call them, whatever. I've the gamut. And I would not trade, I swear to you on my mother's grave, I would not trade my life or my financial situation for not one of them people, not one. And I have two of them that I think are my favorite clients. I still would not change nothing, because I see they're not, money does not make you happy. It gives you choices, but it does not change the essence of who you are in the world. And do I think rich people can be happy? Sure. I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying money comes with a whole other lot of problems. And if you're not okay with who you are in the world, a lot of money is not going to make that better.
That's exactly what I go to with you. Rick, go ahead, Rick. I didn't want to cut you off.
No, I wasn't saying that.
You're around the rich folks. So for those of us who aren't around rich folks, let me ask you this. They've got the money that we're fighting to get. Are they lonelier? Mainly because they can't trust who they're around, or are they lonelier based on the knowledge that they have that we don't?
Let me just see what Cynthia wrote. Yep, I see it all the time at the hospital, the entitlement and the looks they give others, including their elderly parents. Oh, that's the worst part. Yeah.
Oh,
Tony, that's a great question. I'll tell you this part. I think loneliness, it runs the gamut through everyone, right? I mean, that's part of the problem with social media and people being so negative, is we're all pretending to have these amazing lives with our Instagram posts and our TikToks or whatever. But at the end of the day, the truth is probably something else, right? But we
I
have
think
an
they're
image.
showing the good times of their lives more than they're showing off what they don't have.
Right. So then we all start comparing ourselves to the best parts of Tony D, as opposed to actually knowing maybe what the truth is, which is an entire, thing. So let me be clear. The reason why I wouldn't trade my life with any of the rich people that I have worked for, all of them, is because money doesn't solve the problem. I love who I am. I love the person I've become. I love everything I've done right. I've learned from everything I've done wrong. And I feel really confident and secure in who I am. I don't think I can say that about a lot of the people that are my clients. It has nothing to do with money and everything to do with the fact that money is a facade. Money gives you choices. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I would be like, oh, I won the lottery. No, I must be living paycheck to paycheck and I wouldn't take it. I'm saying that money isn't the thing that solves loneliness. Or actually, most of the people I've met, especially in the past, I had some pretty interesting clients who grew up with money. They had nannies. Generational wealth is very different than Hollywood wealth. Very, very different. And I would say those were the loneliest people I've ever known.
Okay.
Because it's not even that they don't trust anybody, but there's it's sad when I think about it. A lot of people thought I was their friend. Like they were paying me. Of course I was going to listen to you. I wasn't interested, but you were paying me and I'm doing your books or whatever. And if you want to talk to me about what your doctor said and your daughter and your son, and I'm going to listen to you, but they would be like, oh, you're such a good friend, Carmen. And it was a weird thing because I'd be like, nah, I know where this is going. We are not friends, because they would fire me in a heartbeat tomorrow.
That's true. And that's your mentality on that aspect of what they're doing. I got that point. Yes.
So money doesn't change loneliness or happiness, or it doesn't give you medical, like you would think being able to go to any medical doctor and do whatever you want to do. You know what? My clients still died of cancer, suffered with whatever diseases like everyone else, like all of these weird things. Money gives you choices.
I could do this conversation for an hour. I could really do this for an hour.
Do what for an hour? Do what?
The question that I could ask you from the aspect you have, because I don't know too many people in that position. And a lot of times when we bring up questions about things, you'll notice how me and Brown will be like, we know this. You'd be like, really? It's both sides of the equation. The rich people, you would think they had to earn their way up there. When they get there, you realize how many other people aren't. You're watching everybody else go through what they're going through. Some of the loneliness is, look at the dog licking him. This is
look at that pretty dog changing the subject.
Yep. Woke
him up.
He missed Daddy.
He's such a showman. He really is. Hello. You want to say
hi? Yep. He's like, I think it's time for us to go, Daddy. Let's go.
Daddy, why aren't you in bed?
Why are you being so loud with this woman talking about rich?
I know good and damn well you ain't up in here when we supposed to be asleep.
I know, right? No. I mean, I'm not trying this. I'm just saying, in my experience, and I can say I've worked with, I'm going to say, over 40 extremely wealthy people of all, over the years. I've seen people who had nothing and then made it big. That's a whole other ball game. Like, you would think like, oh, they're the good ones. No, money can be very manipulative and powerful, and you create bumps along the way. I'll tell you, I worked for, everyone knows, I worked for Brand New School. And that was a young man who still has a company now and is very wealthy comparatively to other people like ourselves. And watching him go from nothing and become so successful was an extraordinary window of something I will never make mistakes, because I learned from that. If I ever have that opportunity to go that route, you know what I mean? Because
a window of enthusiasm.
It's not enthusiasm. Money has an ability, because if you're not mature enough to deal with it, it changes you.
Yes.
Right? Because you think now you have power, but money power is bullshit power.
Gotcha.
Real power has nothing to do with money.
Right. I think it has to do with respect.
Exactly. Oh, that's all. We done. And that was a great show. Thank you so much. but that is it. If you respect someone, doesn't matter how much money they have, all of a sudden, that's a real different kind of, or if somebody's really smart and is able to teach you something, right? You have respect for them. That's going to trump any kind of money any day of the week.
There's too many people that believe that they're broke or just wanted more, but they think, well, if I was rich, I would be happy, and it's so not true.
It's funny you said that, because this is the third time money and happiness has come up in this conversation.
Yeah,
in different ways. Rick, you just said it. Carmen, you said it earlier. Money does not buy you happiness.
No. And I love that I've had the experience, because like we say it as a cliche, but I'm telling you, I swear to you on my mother's grave, and I'll never say that. I said it twice, but it is so factual. I've seen it up close and personal. Yeah. And look, it's not to say that we shouldn't want to pursue to have more money to pay some bills. That would feel so good. And I am all for people making whatever money and developing whatever they want, and creativity. And, you get your paycheck, do what you got to do. But the people, I'll tell you this one story that's actually a cool one. So I worked for this woman who was very regretful of the way in which she raised her children, because she raised her children all with nannies. So all of her children are older than I am. Okay. She has since passed away. She was one of my favorite clients, because we ended up getting really, really close. I worked for her when I first came out here. Then when I got this big job at Brand New School, she helped me with buying like designer clothing or whatever. We had lunch or whatever because I wasn't working for her anymore. And then afterwards, she became one of my clients again because she opened up a nonprofit, anyways. So you get the idea, right? So we did have kind of a more friendly, different relationship. But she would talk to me about things that she regretted, which was that, the way she grew up and then the way her children were raised. And there was a distance between her and her children.
Mhm.
And it's palpable. You know what I mean? It's so palpable. And at the end of her life, she did this really amazing, beautiful thing that she gave all of her money away to charity, right? She had this foundation or whatever. And her children, hey, Melanie, and her children who would never want for anything, right? Because you're talking kind of like close to kind of Warren Buffett money, right? This is what we're talking about in a way, right? We're so angry about it. They would never, it didn't touch their trust funds, didn't do anything. But the amount of anger and angst, what they did, because it was the principle to them. It was, she did this to us. She didn't tell us. And I was like, that is some weird motherfucking shit. Like, I would have been so proud of my mother. I would have been like, wow, you know what I mean? But,
Yep.
And to me, it will always stick. And I mean, there's so much more I would say, but I don't want to be too ghetto about it. But they were also angry with the staff that worked for her because, we didn't know either. It's not like she told us all what she was doing, but we were so much closer to her than they were at the end of her life. And they were so evil to everyone. So I say this because money is
the root of all evil.
It doesn't have to be, but if you're not secure in who you are, money has no friend or family. True.
It's the love of money that's the root of all
And that's
evil.
why he's pointing at me because he knows I'm getting ready to say it's the love of money, not money.
Is that what's happening?
It's the love of money.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, the love of money. You're right. I think money is a tool, and we should all want the best tool possible. You know what I mean? That's how I have learned my lesson from all these people is,
It's crazy.
so many of the people that I've worked for throughout the years have such regrets.
Hey, Ted.
Hey, Ted. How you doing? What's Cream?
Cash
He always
moves everything around me. Cream gets dollar bill, y'all.
Oh, Lord.
Ted Hicks is in the house. I'm like, what? Me and Rick are always like, what?
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, that's why you're here. That's why you're here. But money should be used as a tool. And because I handle so many people's money, I feel like I've learned that is the lesson I've learned is like, if you can see money, whether you have it or you don't have it, detach the emotional part. Tommy, I was telling you this the other day, and I've told so many people this story. It's not a story, it's a saying. We all say, oh, money don't mean nothing to me. I don't care about money. Da, da, da. Yes, you do. Because when somebody tries to offer you money or somebody tries to help you, we all like, no, I'm good. We all get into a crazy funk about it. If you really don't give a fuck about money, it's not going to hit you emotionally, whether you're giving it, whether you're receiving it, whether you're sharing it. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's kind of what I'm trying to say. I have worked so hard in my life to just realize that that's the lesson I've learned. I guess I had to learn it working for all these people. People think they can, like this other client the other day said to me, what if I pay you more money? Will you work a few more hours a week for me? I said, what I want, you can't give me. I want more time. He doesn't know I'm about to let him go. I hope he ain't watching the show.
I got you.
What, Tony?
You know what?
I said you went deep on them. I got where you're coming from, but you went deep on them.
Hi, Steven.
That makes a really good point. Like the reason, like I said earlier, I have certain rules and regulations and standards. I am not going to do an hour and a half drive into the city and an hour to half drive because I need more time.
That's right.
That's 4 hours out of my day.
Yep.
I get up in the morning, it's dark. I come home at night after working, it's dark. What do I do? What quality of life is that when I come home, I throw a frozen dinner in the microwave because I'm too tired to cook anything. Watch the news and go to bed.
Why don't you just have your chef set up your meals for the week?
Yeah, right.
No, so my clients, they like have their
You don't get enough value for the time spent, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
what if it was worth it? Say you had less hours, you still had the same drive, would you do it? Which goes back to what she was saying about the time.
That's a really good question.
I appreciate it. And I'm asking seriously. I've had jobs, and I want to throw this out there.
Yeah.
There was only one time ever I felt like the money wasn't worth it. I was
Mhm.
making more money than I ever made before.
Mhm.
I had debts cleared. I had excess in the bank. And then I got tired of the job. And that's when I was deployed overseas.
Mhm.
I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. I'd rather be home. I wish I could make this a home. I just don't want to be at this location. So for a lot of people where the money isn't worth it, you're not enjoying what you're doing. Say you were to enjoy what you're doing. And there are a lot of rich people who get a kick out of what they are doing where the money isn't a problem, but they don't have a problem with the money that they're making either. See, the two kind of coincided. What
Right.
Tommy is actually saying is he's got to put too much into getting the money, which is
I look
something.
at it this way.
Mhm.
And the situation I was in, I was making really good money working in the city. I didn't have to want for anything. The problem was I never had any time to do anything.
Yes.
I couldn't take a vacation because I had to be there. I didn't have the time to spend to just even on a weekend go shopping because, well, my phone's gonna ring and, oh, we need you to come in, things like
Dude,
that.
I was 21, moved out on my own for the first time, was working 2 jobs. I had money in the bank and no time to spend it because I was too tired to go anywhere. So I
Exactly.
fully understand what you're saying. And mind you, I only had an extra $250 in the bank at the time, which isn't a lot of money. But for somebody who's single with no kids living in a used apartment driving a used car, yeah, I was right.
Yeah, right.
So I get it. I
And
understand what you're
especially
saying.
now at my
Suppose you
age,
was able to get a job that paid you what you was worth and you had time on your hands. I think you would get something out of some of the comfortability rich people have if they are living that comfortably. And based on what Carmen is saying, a bunch of them aren't.
I agree with Cynthia. No job
Yeah.
is worth your mental health.
That's
I
right.
agree too. And
By the way, Tommy, Cynthia is the one who loves you. She's like, he is so cute and adorable. I love you.
Hi,
She
Cynthia.
can't wait to meet you. You'll meet her. She's on our show. She's my cousin. She's actually
Oh, okay.
my cousin. Yeah.
she's your cousin?
You didn't know Cynthia was my
Cynthia,
cousin?
yeah.
Yeah. She's my cousin.
Y'all do look similar though. Y'all do laugh the same. Both
We
y'all.
don't look similar at all because we have different. I told you we don't have a family tree. We have a family bush.
Bush.
So we don't look at all like it was.
Mr.
Oh,
Dawson changed his
hey,
icon and everything.
look
Mr.
at
Dawson,
him. What's E? What's with the E? What does that mean?
I don't know. Sheila E.
Mario's in the house.
But if
no,
you-
look it. I'm not saying that people. Rick, why don't you chime in? You didn't say nothing.
Well, I was gonna say, if you can't enjoy life, I don't care how much money you throw at me. If I'm miserable, I don't want your money.
Yeah.
that kind
I'm
of
not
makes sense.
saying people are walking around miserable who are rich. I'm just saying, it's. I do know a couple people that I think handle money well.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? These two individual people happen to earn their money. They grew up really poor. You know what I mean? They were able to. Ooh, Ted Hicks, why are you trying to? You trying to steal my people? Why are you trying to steal my people? Oh, Cynthia watched the 1982 Cavaliers West. That's your own fault, Tommy. That's your own fault. That's so awesome.
Well, I
Oh
hope you
my
enjoyed
God.
it.
And she don't know nothing
Absolutely.
about Color Guard and Drum Corps. Like, it's awesome.
The thing is, too, though, we had no idea really how bad VHS was back then compared to today. What we have, oh my gosh,
Yeah, right?
We
Yeah,
thought
it
like,
was
oh, this
really,
is so
really bad.
cool, but this looks terrible by today's standards.
By today's standards, yes.
Steve, sometimes I need a day off from my slave job for my mental
Mental
sanity.
health.
Yes,
Yeah.
Stephen.
Yeah.
Stephen, I can
You know,
relate.
working in human resources, not to cut anybody off, but
Okay.
no truer words have ever been said. Like, I've looked at people that I've worked with, and you get to know them, and you can tell their stress, whatever the case may be, whether it's about money or a home situation or a personal thing, whatever. I've actually said to people, you know what? Go home.
Yeah.
Take tomorrow off. go home, take tomorrow off, decompress. We'll pay you for the day. My boss is looking at me like, are you kidding me right now? I'm like,
No, that's legal.
work with
That's
me.
legal.
Please work with me.
And that's a good boss.
Good job.
Ted, you
And-
better stop poaching my people.
I mean, I don't do it for everyone. I do it for the people who I know deserve it.
Agreed.
Well,
You
look,
know?
here's the thing. This is my mantra. I always tell my clients, your commodity is not whatever it is you think you're creating. Your commodity is the people who work for you. I don't care what you're creating. I don't care what you think you're putting out in the world. If the people aren't there working, doing what they got to do, you have nothing to sell.
Yes.
So you're absolutely on point. I mean, that's, I have this conversation all the time. And again, I have no patience anymore. So I just tell my clients, like, either you trust me or you don't. So if this person needs a day off and they're not feeling well and they're sitting here suffering, first of all, I don't want to get whatever it is they're sniffling about
Right.
or whatever. That's number one. Number
Yep.
two, they are exhausted. They are tired. They are doing half-assed work, which is costing you more money, dumbass.
Right.
Like I have no patience for my clients no more, none.
The reason why I brought that up and the reason why I said this to my boss afterwards, I said, you get 3 bereavement days when somebody passes away.
Yes.
So when my mother passed away, I got 3 days off.
Wow.
And then I went back to work. I was not emotionally
No.
ready to go back to work. I just lost my mother.
Right.
And I was fine during the day. I'll never forget it. But everybody kept coming up to me saying, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so,
Yep.
and I just kept hearing it over and over and over again until I lost it.
Yep.
Right.
And one of my really good friends, who I'm still good friends with today, she's like, no, you're going home. She called down to our manager,
Wow.
the big guy, the big boy. And he said, tell him to come down. I went downstairs, went into his office. He said, this is what's going to happen. You're going to go home
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to take the rest of the week off. And then you call me when you're ready to come
That's
back.
right. That's how it works.
I could have taken a whole week off.
Right.
But it was like, when did I go back? I think I'm going to say it was maybe midweek, like maybe Tuesday, Wednesday. So I had, a couple of weekdays and then the weekend off to regroup. And I called him at home because I had his home phone number. And I said, I'm ready to come back to work. And it's the little things like that you do for people that people appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the most important lessons that I learned in my career. And that's why I had said to my boss, listen, her cousin just died of a massive heart attack at 54 years old. He went to sleep and never woke up. I know it's not immediate family, but let's cut some slack here.
Right.
You know what the job gave you? The job gave you respect.
Going back to what you said,
right.
respect.
Mm-hmm. Steven said, I've seen my manager cry at work from the stress of higher bosses.
That makes
Ooh,
so much
when I worked at my company, I cried in my office almost every day. Every day. And my assistants would come in and they would be like, can we get you anything? They were so stressed because I was like a basket case. I actually ended up going to the hospital. This is that brand new school. I don't even mind mentioning it. We were right at the beginning of becoming really, really big. And I ended up having, I didn't know, Ben walked into the office. He was one of the designers at the time, creative directors. And he was like, what's wrong with your face? And I had this whole side of my face was like hanging down. I didn't know.
Stroke.
They thought it, so they
That was
rushed me to
palsy,
the
probably.
hospital. It was palsy. What is it? How do you say it?
That was palsy. Yeah,
That was
my mom's
palsy.
had it twice.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I should have quit then. I stayed 4 more years. And the stress just got crazy. I was flying back and forth. It was ridiculous. But yeah, I would cry in my office all the time.
Another word I'd like to bring up. We talked a lot about respect tonight. Another word I'd like to bring up, and we don't have to, because I know we're short on time, but maybe the next time, compassion. Compassion for each other, human beings, people in general. Compassion for our elders, compassion for younger people coming up.
Ooh, that's a good one. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, there needs to be
Compassion
mutual.
for younger people.
Put it
It
on
needs
the
to
list.
be mutual. It needs to be mutual. It needs to be mutual between both sides, 100%.
But does it? I mean, you can't expect it to always be mutual. You have to be the person to do it so that other people will start to learn to do it. It's not going to be mutual because people are not doing it.
But don't
Normal
we always go
people.
back to saying the same thing, that if you want to be respected, you
Yes.
have to earn respect and you have to give respect.
Yes. Mutual.
That is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. I thought so.
I'm gonna say it this way: like if I don't know you, because 9 times out of 10, when I walk into an office, I don't know anybody there. I'm gonna respect you.
Right.
I don't need you to earn it. I respect you because you're a human being. But
It
you
is.
will lose it very quickly
Mm.
if you choose to act like an asshole. You know
Yes.
what I mean? And that's where it gets a little bit harder. That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes you do have to then turn around and be compassionate anyways. Like I might not have respect. The reason why I bring this up is I'm having an issue right now with a certain person. I have compassion for their situation, but I have no respect for them whatsoever. Like I'm done. I'm done with them. I'm done.
Different things.
Yeah.
Compassion and respect are two different.
Yeah.
And that's why I said that's another subject to talk about, to bring up at the next forum.
Look at Cynthia. Sassy Carmen will come out. Hey, you know. Like,
Carmen
Stephen said-
knows that I can get ghetto. I grew up as well.
She didn't say ghetto. She said sassy. That was
I know, but I'm saying I can get
it
ghetto.
is ghetto. It is.
You're gonna change
I
that
read a book.
sassy.
Wait, I read in a book, compassion for others is the key to joy.
I like that.
Mm.
I like that.
Ooh,
I like that.
that's a nice motto right there.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. I'm writing a book on all about the joy, so I'm just gonna keep quiet. So I just
Can't wait for that.
wait,
Oh,
what's that? What's that
thumbs up.
thumbs up thing?
She liked what I. She agrees with me. I like
Where
what
did it come up at?
I've never seen that before. Who did
It
that?
happened before. I've seen it happen. It's been happening there. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're like little emojis.
Okay, I'm so confusion right now. Wait, Rick, have you seen that before?
I didn't even see it now. No, I didn't see anything.
So
I've
on
seen it.
Tommy's screen,
Yeah.
somebody did like a bubble
Thumbs
and a
up.
thumbs up, and it just I've
Ah.
never seen that. I guess nobody likes us, Rick. That's why. They like Tommy. And when we say they, we know it's
Popped up in the
Cynthia.
On broadcast before, and it's popped
Wow.
up in the rooms I was in on the other app too. That's something new they did. It's on everybody's computers. I don't get
But
it.
is it Restream or is it YouTube? That's my question.
I've
I
seen it
don't
on
think it's
Cantina.
Restream.
Well, that's
Oh,
all.
so it's probably YouTube. It's probably YouTube then.
Yeah, but we're on Restream though, so I don't think that.
I know you
don't
can do it on Zoom, and there's another platform you can do it on too, because we used to do it at work all the time.
StreamYard has done it too.
Cynthia's laughing. We interrupted this whole thing for some pop-up screen stuff.
Because it was cool. I know it was Cynthia. No, I'm just kidding with you, Cynthia. Cynthia's married, and Tommy is lovely, but Tommy's not gonna love us. Look at Cynthia and I gonna talk later.
I'm pleading the fifth.
What do you mean you plead the fifth? What you mean you plead the fifth?
He's the fifth.
Child, we all tried when you were younger. We knew it was over. There was no possibility.
When Steven said compassion for others is a key to joy, it makes me think of another very famous person that said it's better to give than to receive.
Don't even try to put Jesus all up in here in your sly motherfucking way.
I didn't even say his name. You did.
Don't even try to sneak in this little Jesus shit.
But I mean, when you are able to give,
I disagree with that, by the way.
but when you're able to give, though, it does make you feel good.
Yes.
Yeah, but you have to. Here's where I disagree with it. And I know, I'm disagreeing with the Lord. I know. That's why we have issues between you and me with the Bible. But here's the thing. I actually think we need to all get better about receiving. You need to be able to receive in grace. You know how insulting it is when you try. Imagine you get a gift together, you really put your heart and soul into it because you want to help somebody, you want to give somebody something, and you give it to them and they're like, oh no, thank you, no, I don't, and they have to
Tommy,
fight
write
with
this
you to
one
give it
down
to
for the
you.
next topic too. Write this one down as well for the next
Why
conversation.
are you trying to make me write this down?
No, because you brought up a good point. That's going to be a great conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think it, well, I don't
I
know
see where. Oh no! I see where Tony's going with this. I'm on board
why.
with you.
Tell me now. We still
Nope.
got 6 minutes.
Nope. Write
We
it
don't have
down. We'll
time.
discuss it next week.
Polished. Mm-mm.
Polished.
I don't even know what's going
Tony,
on.
cheers to you. Even though I'm drinking water, but cheers to you. We're on the same page.
I will
The
admit,
aspects that we've made tonight, that's going to be a great broadcast. We'll bring it up in conversation the same way
Yes.
tonight has been, honestly. And it will correlate. You will enjoy it. See, we're working with you. We're working with you.
Okay, I just feel like y'all hurting my feelings, and like
We got you. Don't even worry about it.
no, all right. Well, I don't know, Rick. Are you in on this too with the boys?
no, I was gonna say that I freely admit I'm maybe one of those that has a little bit of an issue of receiving, and I'm like, just be happy, enjoy it, stop feeling guilty or whatever it is I'm thinking in
Can
my
I
head.
tell you where it comes from me? Because this will put a twist on it. This is going to put a twist on it, and I don't mean to make anyone feel bad. The reason why I believe this in my heart of hearts is my mother died at 49 because she didn't ask for help.
Mm.
And I find it hard to believe, even though I don't remember her that well at all. I'm not going to sit there and pretend like I remember whatever. I cannot believe if she was even 1/10 of the woman that people told me she was, that I believe that she was, just even 1/10, that there weren't people around trying to say to her, let me help you. Let me help you out with this. Let me do something for you. Is there some, I'm not saying there was probably a lot of people. It was a different time, right? It was a different time.
Right.
But when you grow up knowing that your mother died of a really stupid issue, she died of a cardiac arrest due to asthma, something that even back then could have been taken care of. And when you realize someone died so young, you start to rethink. And also, and again, and you know me, I'm never going to prop up my book. My whole book is about people reaching out and seeing a little kid and saying, let me help you. And me saying, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, begrudgingly as a kid, but still, like, you know what I mean? You have to be able to receive. You have
Can I
to.
tell you something that I don't think you know?
Oh, God. Okay, go ahead.
You know Michael Bonanno, right?
Okay, let's go with yes.
Okay. I marched with him in St. Anthony's. He taught St. Anthony's. He taught Avallaros. Michael, he's good friends with Jerry.
Okay, go ahead. None of
He's
us.
also a school teacher.
Okay.
For summer reading, he gave all his students your book to read.
No way.
Wow.
Yes, he did.
Wow.
I should know who he is.
And he said, I'll show, I know you need
I need to see a face. We have
I know.
I
I
need a
have
face.
a picture of
I don't
him
know.
somewhere. I'll show you.
That's cool.
He's not on Facebook?
He is on Facebook, actually.
Why didn't he tell me? You know, I was doing speaking events in Boston before the pandemic. I was so excited. I did 3.
Hey, I don't recall my phone ringing.
No, oh my God.
He said,
No, I went to do speaking events because of my book. And then the pandemic hit. But I did not know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I know. I didn't think you knew it, but I was like, you know what? I feel like I need to tell her.
Yeah, it's great that you told me live. And, and I totally, like, I have no idea.
But you know
who
what?
this is.
I want you to think of it. And I know you're not going to think about this because when they came back and he, discussed it with his class, how many lives do you think you may have changed?
She's about to blush. I can't wait. She's about to blush.
Think about that.
It's like that movie, It's a Wonderful Life. You have no idea how many
Carmen,
lives
can I
they
tell you
changed.
something?
Oh my gosh.
Your book is going to do what you told us the internet's going to do. It's going to be forever.
There's this new thing here on this program where I can turn around and I can block you all off easily.
Look what Cynthia wrote.
How'd
You
you
ain't
receive
I didn't receive
that?
that info
You ain't
card.
getting rid of this one.
That's funny.
You're the one who told me to be careful how I come across and how to be careful to project myself. And look at the impact you had that you didn't even damn realize. Go ahead and cry.
What is it you want me to do?
Go ahead and cry.
Wait. Here's the thing. What is it that I didn't know that Michael did that. I feel bad. I don't remember who he is. So I feel I need, I talked to Tommy on the phone, which you could have shared this on the phone with me, but that's okay.
Good job, Tommy. Cheers.
But I'm just saying, like, I need, there's a lot of people that I don't remember for a very real reason. There was a lot of people back then that were around us and watching us perform and working with us and that we were part of groups with. Like, I don't remember everyone.
You were young.
It's hard to.
And I was young. I was really young. So forever. So I'm feeling bad. Like, here's the thing. I don't want to be, of course, I know how many people's lives, yeah, I'm not going to say that. I know how many people have affected me and helped change my life. And my hope and my try and my goal every day is to be the best person I possibly can and give back and pay it forward. Because, and that's what we're talking about, right? People were so compassionate about me. These are blue collar working people who didn't have extra money, who didn't have extra presents at Christmas, who didn't have extra food to give away, who didn't have extra money to go buy clothes or costumes, makeup, all the things, all the dance shoes, all the things we needed, leotards, whatever. And you know what? All these people, Laura Wall is a great example, Laura Wall's family.
Yep.
Turned around and they saw a kid and turned around and said, you know what? We're going to make sure she has a Christmas. We're going to make sure she has a couch. They didn't have an extra guest house or guest room or a pool house, and I am always going to be grateful for that.
The wall, they were always known as the Walls, and they will always be known as the Walls.
Yeah, the Walls. They
In
were
our
amazing.
circle,
Yeah.
Everybody says, "Oh yeah, the Wall. Oh yeah, you know."
Walls. They were amazing.
Walls. Everybody knows the Walls.
But I mean, I will receive compliments, and that's kind of a different thing. Like what you guys are, it's not that I get bashful about my book. The reason why I don't push my book is because for me, it wasn't meant to be a book. So in a way, it feels like a fraud. I tried to explain this to Rick, and Rick, you understood what I was trying to say.
Mhm.
I wrote the book. I wrote letters to individual people. Someone told me to make it into a book, and so I did.
Gotcha.
But it
that
wasn't the
Jared?
intention. It was not Jerry.
It was a
I
thank
didn't
you to
think
the people in your life.
Jared.
I'm sorry?
I didn't say Jerry. I said Jared.
Oh, that's the
Names will be changed to protect.
right. I don't remember everybody's names I changed it to, but Jerry is Jared, right? Isn't
Yes.
Jerry Jared? Yeah.
Jerry is.
Yeah, I
Jared.
had to change names really fast because legally I wasn't going to go finding everybody to do it.
Oh
so
my
I don't
God! When I
remember.
read that chapter, I was like, "She's talking about Jared. I know she's talking about Jared."
People who knew their chapters or the people that we were talking about. You know
Change
what I mean?
names, change genders.
Yeah. Well, no, that was just one person whose
I
gender.
know.
Just one person's. And then she was mad at me because I did. I'm like, you want to be anonymous all the time, and now I do it in the book, and you get mad. So I was like, I can't win either way. And actually, I just spoke to her the other day. That was so funny. But all right, do you
But
guys want to beat up anymore?
If I understand correctly, it was more like thank you to all the people that were there for me and helped me out. That's really what the book was about.
Yes, that's what I got out of it.
Yes, that's what the book was about.
100%.
It was, yeah. And I'm writing the second book to Canela. And I have a name for it. I'm not gonna tell you, but I do have a great name for it. And and
surprise us. I like surprises.
yeah, and it's a much more intentional story, and it's about what happens next. And again, see, now if I had a lot of money, that's what I would spend my time doing for the next 3 months. Like if I had enough money to cover for the next 3 to 6 months, my rent, my food, whatever, like what I'm making now, and I could leave my clients, I would have 2 shows a week. You know what I mean? I would hook us up doing what we're doing. I would turn around and then just work on these 2 books, the All About the Joy book and the continuation to Canela. because it's so hard to do it when you're working 40, 50 hours a week, right? And that's what money gives you is choices and opportunity, you know? It's not going to make me happy.
Yeah. So
But
that 4-day weekend, at least for some people, Thanksgiving we had off, whatever. I was like, I'm able to sleep now more. My mind is in a better place. My creative juices were flowing. I'm like, oh wow, I got all these ideas I didn't even realize I didn't have because I was so tired all the time.
I
Right.
like the creative juice is flowing. Even when I do my broadcast, I try not to do one until I can feel a comfortable vibe to put out there what I want to put out there. And I've always said that before, so I get that entirely. You don't have a relaxation moment. And Rick, I know you got more going on than just work. I don't necessarily attribute what you have going on to work just being the only issue. No disrespect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
oh, are we hiding something?
Well, we don't put a lot out there, but we know what's going on, Rick. You and I both know what's going on, Rick, outside of work.
I'm so confusion. What are we talking about his mom?
Keep it offline.
Thank you. That's all.
He talks about it all the time.
I know, but I don't.
I let him talk about it. I try not to.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Is that what we're talking about?
Not the time or the place.
In my
No,
opinion,
Tommy, he talks about it all the time. So
in my opinion, yes.
Okay. Tommy, Rick takes care of his mom. We all know.
Oh, I didn't know that. Now I do know it.
I know. That's why I'm confused. Why are we keeping it
Well,
from
you know what?
Tommy?
My respect level for Rick just went up 10 more points.
Yeah.
I have a lot of respect for a son who takes care of his mother because, believe me, I did it for many, many years.
Yeah,
I know what it's like.
I didn't know if we were hiding a different thing.
No. And dementia is no joke.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yes.
Yeah. Now I feel bad. Like I feel like
I
you
have a
guys
friend
have like a
going
little
through
club
that.
and shit, and you guys are like have all these secrets. Like
Well,
I'm feeling very alone.
we have brought you into the world. Just stop it.
I feel like I made connections with people, and now I'm being left out of the group. No. All right, we're gonna jump off because you have another show, Tony D.
No, I do not.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
really?
Hicks is gonna be on at
I
7:15.
just got the message. You won't be able.
Oh, okay. So we gone for another hour? Just kidding.
We are not gonna be on for another hour. But why is he
No,
not?
I have to go. It's 10
tonight?
o'clock here.
He got some things he has to do, so he said he won't be able to make.
It's 10 p.m. here, so I need to,
Ted
I need
Hicks,
my duty rest.
Just,
you don't, baby. Okay, no, you don't.
Are we in the book?
Are we in the book, volume number 2? Fuck, oh, hell
I'm
to
kind
the
of worried
no.
where I would be in that
Maybe
book.
volume 3. Hell to the
Great.
no, Lord. Haps people. That's a whole book all by itself.
That's a movie. It's a movie. Trust me.
Yeah.
It's the DVD extra specials that come out later.
So look at, before we go, let me just say a few things. First of all, to my guests, thank you so much. My co-hosts, I adore you. Rick Costa, Tony D, thank you. Tony D is going to be on the show on a regular basis, right? We're doing it once a month, third Thursday of the month. We'll see you then. Tommy, welcome to the show, and I'm so glad. And you're going to try to jump on even next week, right? With the other crew, if we can get you in. So we're going to have Tommy pop in when he can. So thank you so much. I also want to give a shout out to a few other people. Hey, Roger, how you doing? Do I know Roger? Because he doesn't.
Roger was on the other platform with us. He does what Rick does. He prays for people.
Oh, okay. Hi, Roger.
Big ups to Roger. Big ups to him.
I want to say thank you to everybody on Facebook who joined today. I don't know what happened. Something happened where a bunch of people just joined the Facebook page. Very grateful. Very grateful for a couple people who joined on YouTube. Thank you. And I'm going to give my shout out to my LinkedIn people. Thank you. We're getting a lot of people.
Linda.
Hi, Linda. How are
Linda.
you? Thank you for stopping by. That's it. Thank you, everyone. And remember, it's all about the joy, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye, everyone.
See ya.
Good night, all.
Peace.